What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're in the gi. Very special occasion today. I asked hundreds of guys in our group. I said, what do you guys think is the best hobby for men's kind of mental health, clarity, just better quality of life? So they gave me a bunch of answers. And I want you down below, what do you think is a great hobby for guys? I want to hear what you have to say. I think this is a big thing, especially with the lack of third spaces. Not a lot of guys know what to do with their time. I don't think we're really always enjoying our time. I think a lot of us spend time gooning, just on the phones, doing things that maybe capture our attention but we don't really like. So anyways, listen, briefly gonna go over mine because you guys probably know some of mine. First one, look, yo-yoing, man. Been doing this for years. Every video, I would say, like probably 90% of the videos I've made have been thought about kind of while doing this. It's just and the reason I recommend some sort of skill toy, maybe like kendama, yo-yoing, just like 10 minutes here and there, it's sort of meditative. But when you do something that doesn't, like you can do on autopilot kind of automatically, maybe a lot of you guys did this when you're playing COD, you're just playing COD, you get in that flow state, you're kind of on autopilot. Your mind gets really creative because your amygdala, the part of your brain that's responsible for maybe fear and anxiety, it shuts down. So you have less activity in that part of your brain. So you do this repetitive, this hobby, your brain becomes very peaceful. And what I know is all these ideas start flooding in, you're making different connections. So that has been, what I've liked to do is the yo-yo. I've been doing it since I was like, when did I start? Like 19, 20? So that's one of the things. Another thing is jiu-jitsu. Been training jiu-jitsu for, over 4 years now. I love it. The reason I like jiu-jitsu, it gives you the full package. It gives you self-improvement without trying. It gives you a community as soon as you walk in the door. You're accepted. You're welcomed. It's not any longer just you versus another person. Or you versus you, like lifting weights. It's you versus another person. I think that's very beneficial for any man, even any woman, but really men, because we're competitive in our nature. It's really given me that in my life. It also forces you to be healthy, to make good choices. If you want to show up to class on Saturday, you can't be getting too sloshed Friday night. You got to get some good sleep. It forces you to be, pretty fit. And it also helps you get fit and in shape. So it's the full package given to you just like that, like just that missing puzzle piece for a lot of our lives. Any martial art really, but I like jiu-jitsu because you can go as hard as you want. You don't really got to worry about getting your head hit and any brain damage. So I would like to do this for the rest of my life. So that's that. Another thing is disc golf. Here's my bag. So this is one of my newer hobbies I recently got into this past summer, and man, I'm telling you, I know disc golf gets a bad rep because a lot of stoners were into it and a lot of kind of fat people, but that's changing, by the way. I really think I'm ahead of the curve with this. So this is a mid-range, and these would be your putters, which I'm using Luna's to putt with, my favorites. But when you learn how to throw, these things go like 400-foot bomb on a line, and you can bend it around trees. And something just clicked in my head, man. Something just clicked. Is like, I wish I could convince you to try it, especially with all the beautiful courses around your town. Like, they're everywhere. They're free, beautiful walk in nature, clear your mind, and you go with your buddies. It's just a great time. Like, it hits that. There's 18 targets for you to aim at. 18 goals, 18 missions. Love it. Freaking love it. Wish you guys would try it. The next thing is reading. Reading's always been fun. Reading, Vinny in the group said reading, when he reads, he feels as if he thinks clearly and he can use his words to convey his emotions and just what he is thinking. And when he's not reading, he feels like his IQ goes down. He's a little bit dumber. I agree, man. It's hard to read these days. It really is. It's freaking hard to read. But one of my favorite things to do is go to the library every 2-3 weeks, get one book and try to get through it. And also I listen to audiobooks in the car instead of listening to music. So that is really My main things, I've been firing up the crock pot, and I just like to throw anything in there and see what comes out of it. So right now I have some cheap cuts of meat in the crock pot. What else do I got in there? I have taco seasoning, onion, tomato paste. I'm making a cheap poverty birria, I guess. How do you say it? Birria? So yeah, we're gonna see how that turns out. But man, I just make stews. I just boom, boom, boom. I feel like Merlin, just cooking up in there, just throwing anything in there, seeing what happens. So a few of the things the guy said is hunting and fishing. Jackson said hunting and fishing, which I've never been hunting. But when I was a young boy, my dad would take me deep sea fishing with some of the other men. And one time I got so sick when I was out there. But, I eventually got used to it. We would go, and fishing was always really just therapeutic, just kind of throwing out that rod, doing nothing, just being in nature, just being in the sea or even the lake. We had Tim that said tennis, playing tennis. It is, man, I've played ping pong. I've never played tennis. Like real. I've hit the ball back and forth. And I can actually go back and forth a few times, but never like a real match. A few other guys said instruments. A lot of guys said instruments, actually. We got quite a few musicians in our group. I've tried the guitar. I don't know about you guys. I used to want to play the guitar, and then I got one for about $50. I learned several chords, and I realized this is going to take some dedication. This is really going to take some dedication. And I just never cared about music that much, I guess, to really get into it, to really commit. But I still like strumming. I still like putting a little tune together. So I was going to go back to the library thing, because what I realized when you go to the library, I love the libraries. I think if you guys go to the library, it adds an element to your life where you feel like you're more connected to your city. Does that make sense? Like you have a kind of a space away from home. Maybe you go to the gym, but now you also got the library. You can sit there, do your studies, get a book, see pretty girls. Dude, I met girls at the library. Amazing. Oh my God, why are guys not going to the library? So many cute girls go in there to study. Perfect place to meet a girl. That's not retarded. So the library is great, but what I've noticed, and I think there's a psyop, they're promoting all of these feminist female authors. It's crazy. It's like you really got to dig for a classic. Jackson was saying the aisles are littered with feminist literature. Trash. It is, what got really hit hard by the corruption? This bullshit is the fantasy genre. It is hard to find a good fantasy trilogy these days. It's like, come on, man. You got to go back. I really think you got to go back a little bit. But anyway, that's just my little rant. So you got to dig. You got to look for some good books. Let's move forward, man. Sports of every kind. The guys were saying, again, tennis, freaking basketball with the boys out in the spring. What are some other things? I didn't write any of this down, so I'm going off memory. One of our guys said journaling. Now, a lot of us make fun of journaling because, Dear Diary. I, however, think, I don't journal myself, but what I do is I keep a notebook laying around. I find it very helpful to have that notebook there to get any thoughts I have in my head, put them on the notebook. Boom, boom, boom. I got a whole bunch of notebooks over the years, just a bunch of stuff written in there. It's like I gotta empty the cup so it gets filled back up. And I think the best way to do that is not on the phone, but I actually put it on that empty blank canvas and writing these days. It's like, how often do we actually pick up pen and pencil and write something? Not often. Maybe our signature on a freaking, when we pay for a date. I mean, come on. Writing down stuff is probably pretty useful. Probably pretty good way to get clear up here. So he said, who is this? This is Reagan. He said he journals and just writing in general. A lot of writers. So yeah, something there. Something interesting to writing. I'm gonna wrap this up, and I really want to hear what you guys say down below. I think it's cool when we share our thoughts. You know, we all have different point of views and things that we can do in this life, and I think a lot of guys need that. Especially one of the biggest things was, if you're a guy, do something where there's yeah, a big one was hiking, going for walks in nature. But I think what every single one of us knows to do, and a lot of us didn't say, none of us said working out, because that's just like maintenance work. All of us work out or do calisthenics or stay fit somehow. But I would say involve yourself in a third space, because that is lacking today. I think your mental health will be better for it. I think you will feel more grounded in this world when you're connected to something bigger than just you, when you have a place away from home and work, that third space. And that was, that's really it. Whether that be joining a sports league, going to the cigar lounge, training Muay Thai, kickboxing, martial arts. Some of our guys said different games, chess club. Chess can make you go a little insane, though. I don't recommend playing chess on the phone. I think chess on the phone is, you gotta be careful. I don't know if it's good. Tim said it's not good for mental health, but yeah, man. I mean, just a big part of this channel is getting involved in a third space and really finding your crew, having those people you care about. So that's really it, man. Hopefully this has inspired you a little bit. Maybe try something new. Maybe give you some ideas. Big world out there. Let's have fun. Let me know what you guys think down below. What are you doing? What are some hobbies for mental clarity? Just a better life down below, all right? I'll see you soon. Peace.